I've been going on the NF journey, and as I've listened, I've heard some themes that I think deserve to be talked about and explored that could really help our lives, and including insight on reaching our dreams and our full potential. See, growing up, I was kind of always mystified about how people reach certain places in their lives.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure I chalked it up to luck most of the time. Today, I want to give you 3 key principles I've learned from the Bible and other sources, but are captured in NF's lyrics about reaching our dreams and our full potential. And the first one is work hard. Here's a great guidance verse from the Bible. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Now, in his first major release, the song Intro, NF says this.
I sleep on the couch in the studio, stay up till 3 in the morning and write till I get more.
Now, this is something that we forget that NF often reminds us of. Just about everything worth pursuing in life takes effort. And sometimes effort that is difficult, annoying, it doesn't seem to be showing much progress either. I noticed that on the NF journey that he acknowledges this quite a bit, actually. And I'm glad he does. I wish someone would have pulled me aside when I was young and showed me how to get to my dreams. Usually I was told to work hard, but I interpreted that as working hard to make sure I could, make money that could pay my bills. Hard work is rarely, if ever, associated with the things I was genuinely passionate about or I dreamed of reaching. See, when I was young, I wanted to be a first-rate rock musician. But honestly, I thought some people just kind of had it and others didn't. If I didn't become the musician I wanted to be, I could blame my lack of born talent. Now, I agree there's some truth to that. We all have innate resources we're born with. But success in any enterprise is far less dependent on so-called natural ability and much more dependent on just being willing to put in the hours of learning what it takes to be genuinely great at something. If you want to make it in music, in business, or art, or acting, you name it, sure, you have to have some natural talent. For instance, if you're 4'6", you're probably not going to make it in the NBA. But place much more emphasis on putting in the work it takes to develop whatever skills are necessary to get to your goal. And even more, and NF is great about this. Use even the difficult things in life that you have faced and think, okay, how can I maximize this? How can I turn this towards getting me where I want to go? You can go a lot further than you've ever imagined, but you have to know this in advance. This is all hard work, not easygoing work or mediocre part-time work. Hard work. There's no overnight successes. Every person you see who does something admirable, like NF, they all had a long, even difficult journey they can tell you about. And it was uphill all the way. Now, the second lesson I picked up about life from NF and reaching your potential was this: fail forward. This line is probably my favorite of all the lines I heard. He said this.
Spending my money on studio time trying to get on my music so people could play it. Keep it 100, my music was terrible.
That's priceless. What makes hard work hard is the reality of facing the fact that you really aren't that good at what you want to do when you start out. One of my very favorite books of all time, and one that I wish I could make required reading for everyone I've ever known, especially when you're getting launched out in life, is called Failing Forward. It's by John Maxwell. Now, he's a leadership success guru guy, more from my generation, but that book is priceless because it explores an absolutely crucial lesson that I wished I had learned a lot earlier in life. Maxwell says that he's met successful people from all over the world in nearly every human enterprise, from business to sports to entertainment. And he says that the most striking and important difference between successful people and so-called failures is how they view failure. He points out everyone fails, period. People you think of as successful and those you don't, they both fail. There's no getting out of failure. It's how we look at failure that makes all the difference. Successful people treat failure as this necessary tax on the road to success. People who end up self-labeling as failures have made the tragic mistake of taking the failure as just that, like this label, an identity. I failed, so I'm a failure. Don't ever do that. If you fail, more like when you fail, because you will fail if you try anything at all, just simply ask the question, what can I learn from this experience? As one old saying goes, failure is the opportunity to try again more intelligently. And that's all it is. But this is vital. You have to be willing to learn from the failure. You have to be able to say, like NF, my music was terrible. And that takes a willingness to listen to correction and have the humility to adjust yourself and to make it not terrible. I love this Bible verse. It says this: whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid. That's bottom lining it. I love that. Now that reminds me of the NF line.
Listen, yeah, everybody wants change. Don't nobody wanna change though.
Oftentimes, we're all that way. It's not good enough just to fail. You have to have the humility to learn from the failure and make changes. He goes on to say this elsewhere.
Every step I've ever taken in the wrong direction helped me get to where I am today and led to monumental moments in my life that I would not have got to experience if I'd have let the mistakes that I made rob me of my full potential. Life will test you, don't forget to remember the fundamentals.
And the fundamental is learn to fail forward. It will set you free in life and get you where you want to go. Finally, NF reminds us that if you want to really reach your potential, you need to love the work, not just the benefits. The good thing about hard work, when the world is functioning the way it should be, and it doesn't always, is it can bring a profit. It pays off. And it's commendable to look forward to a reward for your labor. However, that can't be the sole reason that you do anything or your soul will wither. In the song Motto, NF says this about the music industry.
Where it ain't how big you are, it's how big you seem. Where people sacrifice the art trying to chase a dream, then they wonder why their music's lacking creativity.
In other words, they sacrifice the art to get to the profit. The point becomes to get to the result rather than think about the depth and the goodness of the product itself. Now, this is something I've heard as a theme from many successful people who stay successful. I've watched them. Make no mistakes, from everything we can tell, you can make it if you follow certain formulas. However, over the course of my life, watching from the grandstands, it seems like the people who handle fame or riches the best are the people who love the work that they're doing more than the stuff it gains them. So I'm a classic rock guy, so I know examples from there more than other places like hip hop. Take Eddie Van Halen, for instance. He's one of the most revolutionary rock guitarists ever. He said in an interview that lots of kids would come up to him asking about how to become a rock star, and he would always tell them, my goal wasn't to become a rock star. It was to be a great guitarist. He loved the instrument. One of the greatest drummers who ever lived, Neil Peart of Rush, put it this way: I never wanted to be famous, I just wanted to be good. Now that's important because fame looks like it's pretty fickle. NF points out to the music industry, he's not winning any awards, but his music is fresh and it's different, and it's because his first love is the art form itself. The gratification of doing great work that hopefully brings a profit is the key to success on a deeper level beyond fame or money or anything else. Hope that helps. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. See you next time.